Demonstrates how to make a pistachio souffle with pistachio ice cream. So the first step is to prep our ramekins. And this is very simple. All we do is brush the inside of the ramekin with melted butter, making sure that it's evenly coated throughout. And then we tip in some caster sugar. And we want to coat the ramekin evenly with the caster sugar. The easiest way to do this is just to turn it around like that and pour out the excess sugar into the next ramekin, and then to repeat that process. What we're going to do now is make up a creme pâtissière, which we're going to infuse with pistachio paste. So firstly, just giving the pan a rinse with cold water. I'm going to bring some milk up to scalding point. Rinsing it with cold water stops the milk from sticking to the bottom of the pan, so it's quite a good tip. 400 millilitres of milk goes in there, and we're just going to let that come up to scalding point. In the meantime, here I've got 4 egg yolks, and I'm just going to whisk these up and incorporate into this 3 tablespoons of golden caster sugar. So that goes in there. I just whisk it to ensure that that's nicely combined. So the milk has come up to scalding point. That's when the little bubbles start forming around the edges of the pan.
What is it called? Scalding?
Scalding point. So we take that off. And the first thing we do is just pour in a little bit. Don't go in with all the milk in the beginning.
Why?
Just a little bit to loosen the mixture. And also at this stage we want to incorporate our flour. So in here is a mix of regular flour and corn flour. And this is going to add thickness to our custard base, the base of the souffle. So that goes in at this stage. And you want to whisk that in, making sure that it's nicely combined. You don't want any lumps of flour. Once you're sure there are no lumps and you've got a nice even mixture, then the rest of the milk can go in. And then this goes back into the pan. And onto the heat for a couple of minutes. What we do now is cooking out the flour. What you're going to see is that after a few minutes this is going to become very thick and lumpy. This is going to turn from being incredibly lumpy like this into an incredibly smooth custard within seconds.
Incredible.
And now just let it cook out for a minute or two.
So the souffle was invented in the 17th century by Vincent de la Chapelle in a very famous restaurant. Well, again, French. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Umesh. That's it for the history minute.
Okay, that was it?
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
I just want to
He's just French.
I just wanted to give credit back to French.
Sorry, carry on.
So what we're going to do now is incorporate our pistachio paste into the creme pat.
Wow.
And do you like a lot of pistachio?
I love pistachio.
We're going to go in with extra pistachio.
Well, the thing now is...
For you, 5 tablespoons. Normally 3. And that, you just whisk it. Take that out of the pan so it can cool down for a minute or 2. And while that's cooling, we can turn our attention to the meringue. The meringue mixture is simple. All you do is whisk up egg whites. In this case, I have 200 grams of egg whites, a little bit of lemon juice, and you whisk them up to medium stiff peaks, and then add a little bit of caster sugar to stabilize the mix. Now, the trick with combining the two is to put a little bit of the meringue mixture in first, about a third. So that goes in there, and this you can mix in quite vigorously. But when we fold the rest of it in, we want to be careful to keep as much air in as possible, so that has to be done very gently. So that's done, and now we can put it back in there. And now you just want to gently fold in the rest of the egg white. Okay, so there we go. Now it's really well combined. Can you see?
Yes.
So that's our souffle mix. And now we can start to fill the ramekins and then put it in the oven. See what happens.
Super.
So we fill them halfway, and what I'm going to do now is just put in a little dusting in the middle of pistachio, ground pistachio. And you know what else I've got in here? Ground cardamom.
Oh,
This is a new experiment. We don't know how it's going to taste, but so that goes into the middle. the ramekin. Little surprise when you bite into it. And then fill them up to the top.
Oh, I see.
And now we can just tidy them up a bit. Because you don't want the whole thing to mushroom out to the top, so. And the other thing to do is just to go around the edge with a cutlery knife to release the mixture from the side. That's going to help it give it a more even rise. Now about to go into the oven. I preheated a baking tray in the oven. So that's going to give it a bit of, the point of heating it is it gives it an immediate burst of heat, a bit of bottom heat, as soon as it goes in. And we're going to
Good
pop
to have a
those
bit of
in
bottom heat.
200 degrees for
Heat on the bottom.
15 minutes.
How much is it in Fahrenheit?
See what happens. Pray for the best. Fingers crossed, have a glass of wine. I think that's fine.
They're well risen. Look at them.
So,
Beauties.
then we have the pistachio souffle, which we're just going to finish now. We're just going to finish it with a little dusting of icing sugar and a sprinkling of our pistachio and cardamom. And then we're just going to drop into the top of the souffle some pistachio ice cream. So that literally...
So nicely quenelled by your assistant.
Very nice job, she's done indeed. So that just goes into the top.
Sorry.
And there we go.
Boom! Wow!
Enjoy.
Voila! What are these? Umesh?
Pistachio souffles, pistachio and cardamom souffles with pistachio ice cream.
They look amazing, man.
And we're going to need more ice cream. I can guarantee it. But time to eat and enjoy.
Dig in! Lovely, thank you.
And what are you drinking, Umesh?
And we're drinking a little bit of, to go with this, I'm serving a cremant, which is cremant from Burgundy, which is a champagne equivalent produced in Burgundy, but about a third of the price of the champagne.
So what is the grape? What is the grape?
100% Chardonnay.
100% Chardonnay.
Very smooth. Would you like some?
Yes, please.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Tuck in. Woo!